Thank you, Tricia, so much.
I don't know who's this. There you go.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Ina Kern. She is with Baby Center, and she's going to bring us the new Media Moms research that focuses on consumption and media impact. And I think many of you will have been fond of their research over the past many years on this category. She has had a wonderful career, including Martha Stewart and iVillage, and she's here today to share us their findings, which were just released last Thursday. Please welcome Ina Kern.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hi everyone, good morning. I'm so excited and delighted to be here with you to share this brand new research that we just released just a couple of days ago. Oh, there I am, all big on the screen. And yesterday I had the privilege to share with you some data that we had around shopper marketing and how shopping rituals of moms really change when they become a mom. So it's exciting to be able to share the data with you. So just a second before I dive in here, I just want to take a minute and chat with you about Baby Center for those of you who are not parents and aren't scared to death of those screaming babies the way I was when I saw that video. It sent shivers down my spine because my husband is with my 2 children upstairs in our room, and I know he's doing everything wrong because he is not a Baby Center dad. Anyway, so we've been doing research for years and years at Baby Center. We say that we're an insights engine because we are really understand the hearts and minds of moms. You know, they come to us and announce to us first that they're pregnant before they tell anyone, and having that relationship with them throughout this incredible journey is amazing. Some of the data that Samantha had actually shared with you is some results that we had from this Keller-Fay study, word of mouth study, that we actually updated in this version of research. So today I'm here to talk with you about how media habits really change for moms once they enter this new life stage. So what did we do? First and foremost, we went into moms' homes. We went and spoke to 36 moms. They're called friendship circles. That's nice. I wish I was in a friendship circle. I guess I am. Anyway, so we went and spoke to 36 moms. We had them take journals and really write down their media consumption habits to understand what they're doing literally from the moment they wake up to the second they go to bed. We then did a very comprehensive study where we spoke to 1,000 women, and then we used the Socratic Forum to benchmark that against general population. And then finally, of course, we couldn't do a media study without talking to the masters of media at Nielsen. We benchmarked that against Nielsen's 3-screen panel to really understand moms' mobile, television, and digital behavior. So can't start a Baby Center presentation without first talking about the incredible transformation of motherhood that happens. And we all know that everything changes for mom. She no longer is just taking care of herself. She's now Dr. Mom, taking care of her entire family. Things that were important to her in the past are just not as important to her anymore. This is probably one of the favorite things that we talk about and a little scary, which is before becoming a mom, design was the #1 thing that she thought about when it came to shopping for clothes, and now it is the 6th. The first thing for a mom is comfort, and the second thing is versatility, and then it's price. So long gone are the days of designer clothes, although that's not really true. And probably the biggest change is her social circles. So we like to say that who her friends were before becoming a mom, now she's really looking for a new best friend or an NBF, which is what she's really finding in community sites, and Trish spoke a little bit about that she's really relying on new moms that understand her journey and understand what she's going through. And how she spends her time dramatically changes. We like to refer to this slide as the birth control slide. So folks who don't have kids might be a little scared about the fact that once she becomes a mom, you know, there is no time anymore for exercising, personal hobbies, sleeping, quality time with your partner, socializing with friends. Now it's all about feeding the kids, putting them to bed, getting them ready in the morning, cleaning the house, laundry. 8 hours are added to her day. So when on earth does she have time to consume any form of media? Well, thankfully she's got all this new technology and devices, which I'm going to talk to you about, which is really radically shifting the way she consumes media. But we know, fundamentally, it is a dramatic change in mindset. We asked our moms and the general population, what words would you say that describe your shopping experience before and after becoming a mom? Before, shopping was relaxed, impulsive, social, fun. After becoming a mom, boy, is it rushed, overwhelming, stressful, deal-driven. I'm sure everyone here who has kids can relate to this slide. And look at the numbers. They're staggering compared to the general population. 150% higher feel that it is now rushed. So we wanted to really understand the media habits of the American mom. We asked ourselves, what tools is she using to empower her new life? What influences the choices that she makes? Blogs, media, her phone. What is it that's really going to help her make the choices that she needs? And what's capturing her attention? I'm going to tell you about the 21st century American media mom, how digital is really essential to her life, how media is really putting her in control, how her path to the register has forever changed, and ultimately, what does it mean for us as marketers, and how are we going to break through? So let's meet the 21st century media mom. We know that media is probably the greatest thing that is transformed when a mom is born, that we like to say at Baby Center. So once you're a mom, it comes as no surprise that she's spending more time with the internet. But what is surprising is the amount of time that is decreased across almost every single other media platform. I'm sure none of us remember this family setup when it was all about that appointment viewing, right? It was all about being centered around this living room experience in the room, and you had this kind of center figure in the room. This is probably, hopefully, what more of us remember, which is kind of your classic 80s living room. You had, the remote control, you had a TV. If it was at my house, you had a Commodore 64 or Atari sitting somewhere back there. I was a master at summer games. And the VCR was like the biggest thing that changed everyone's life. And then if you lived in a Pottery Barn catalog in the year 2000, you may have a little flatter television, and there's a laptop that might be peeking through and some pretty couches, but really it's these disruptors that are taking center stage. Throughout the presentation, you'll hear us talking about this term disruptors, and it's really the kind of internet-enabled television, Netflix, Hulu, any of these on-demand digital services, obviously cell phones. I mean, my gosh, my 9-month-old at this point knows how to operate my iPhone. It is amazing. I'm convinced that they designed it for babies in mind. And obviously tablets that no family can live without. So let's listen to some moms talk about how their media habits have changed. Roll a video.
My husband always laughs. He's like, just DVR it and watch it when they're napping. As if I have time when they're napping to sit and watch 3 hours of TV. So I'd say that. So when people talk about certain shows, I'm like, okay, I don't really know what that is.
And I think that I consume media in a much more, in sort of in shorter bursts.
When we got rid of our cable, there wasn't a big draw really to necessarily get that back, even if we, financially we can afford it. Mm-hmm. And that way I don't feel like she's being targeted as much.
Actually have a Wii that hooks up to the internet, and we stream Netflix. So, and that's fabulous. I mean,
and now it's like, if somebody has regular television on, I get really kind of anxious with all the ads and commercials and everything. I mean, if I want to watch a program, I can watch it in a very concise amount of time. The commercials are a lot more brief and kind of focused.
Oh my God, she gets crazy when she watches commercials on television. That is scary. As you heard, mom is definitely an early adopter of devices. This is definitely not a surprise to any of us here. We know that she's obviously buying laptops and digital cameras, although I gotta tell you, ever since I got an iPhone, my 4 cameras that I have in my house are in my drawer. What was really surprising to us is look at the index above general population for smartphones and for tablets and for internet TV devices. I mean, who would have thought that moms are the ones that are really going to be driving that change around new technology? You're going to hear a lot from our family media managers. We've profiled moms into these 4 segments. You'll be hearing them throughout the presentation in videos. We really found that these are kind of the 4 segments of media profiles that we can dig into. So the technophile, Christy, she's got every single device that she can't live without. Laura, who's the cable rejecter, you're going to hear a lot from our moms who talk about the fact that they've cut the cord. They are finding every single thing that they need with the digital subscription services. Mary, who is the mobile master, you're going to hear her talk about the fact that she freaks out if her battery is only halfway charged. She does everything on her iPhone, or on her smartphone rather. Shopping, comparison shopping, even getting ready for parties, everything is on her device. And then finally, Mary, or Sarah, the socialite, living her life in 140 characters or less. So let's look at a day in the life of a media mom. This is a journal that we asked Christy to keep for us. She's waking up in the morning, like almost all of us do, with her iPhone in bed, and she's going to move on and maybe do some morning multitasking. She's going to take a little shopping break and check out her emails. I'm almost certain one of those is going to be from The Gap. She's going to go, out to lunch, maybe go to the park with one of her kids. And at 1 o'clock, she's already conditioned that she's going to watch a soap opera, except that soap opera is DVR'd and it's Desperate Housewives. She's, obviously going to be using Pandora and doing personal playlists. The first time she's going to watch TV, live TV, is at 4 o'clock, and she's going to watch Ellen. And again, all digital sources throughout her day. Next time she's going to watch TV again, dip back into TV, is still on time-shifted on DVR, and it's going to be Modern Family, which, by the way, is the #1 show for moms, thanks to our friends at Nielsen, quickly followed by the X Factor. I thought it was a pretty fun fact that Modern Family is the #1 television show for moms. So let's take a look and really understand how moms' media behaviors are disrupted. Look at the difference between moms and general population. 2/3 higher to watch television, two-thirds, I'm so getting that fact wrong. They are 2/3 likely to watch time-shifted television. 56% higher to watch streaming content to TV. 37% higher to watch recorded TV. It's amazing how new devices are radically changing moms' media habits. And there's no going back. If you think it's ever going to change, it's only going to get worse. Mobile video tripled in the past 3 years. 23% increase year over year in homes with broadcast TV only and broadband, which means no cable. Women account for 64% of time watching Netflix or Hulu. So we wanted to understand, all these new devices, what's the impact on media time? So just to get a sense of how her media time is broken up. So 5.6 hours, obviously, on television, on digital, pardon me. A little bit on newspapers. She's still reading magazines, still watching television. But look at what happens when you layer in devices. Own a smartphone, own a tablet. She's actually consuming more media when you layer in all of these devices. So if you look at that moms are consuming almost 11 hours of television, when she has a smartphone and a tablet and an internet-connected television, 7 more hours are added. Clearly, she must be multitasking, because I don't know any mom that can consume 17 hours of television, but she is. She is definitely living her life online. Moms are 2 times more likely to be online than the general population. They're spending 63% more time streaming video. We used to say that prime time for mom was during nap time, and that is not the case anymore. If you look at when moms are online compared to the general population, it really spikes throughout the day, but much more so heavily weighted towards the middle of the day. those spikes are incredibly dramatic. So top sites for moms: Facebook, Google, YouTube, MSN, Blogspot, since every mom out there is a blogger these days. And this stay-at-home mom freaks out if she can't get online, but I don't think it's just a stay-at-home mom. I think it's any mom that freaks out when they can't get online. Moms are finding new ways to get support. We asked moms, how often do you use the following to find parenting-related information? Look at her top choices. It's all digital: search engines, expert advice from parenting websites, other parents on social media, apps. They are definitely social superheroes. We know actually that 200 friends on Facebook is actually higher than the general population, although my niece, who's 15, has 2,000 friends, but we do know that the average mom has about 120 friends on Facebook, and it's no surprise to anyone that they're outspending the general population with time online. For mobile, she's texting, she's using the mobile internet. What was really surprising is actually how much mobile banking she's doing online, or rather with her smartphone. Dramatically more than the general population. Up 55% for social media, up 53% for banking, up 58% for mobile shopping. They cannot live without their mobile phone. So let's look at an average day in the life of a mobile mom. Oh, that bill did not work properly. Okay, so these are some of the apps that moms are using. Again, no surprise, lots of utility. She's checking the weather. She's obviously playing games. I'm surprised Draw Something isn't up here. But she's definitely doing mobile banking and maybe an email or two from Baby Center. But Media Mom, first and foremost, is absolutely in control. Traditional media still plays a huge role for her. I have to say, this was actually a surprise for us. So moms, compared to general population, very similar in terms of monthly hours online, and moms are absolutely still subscribing to magazines. Not sure if they're actually reading them, but they are absolutely still subscribing to them. But 17% of moms are watching their television time shifted. We love this quote. I used to get People, Us Weekly. Now I read them all on the checkout line at Target. Now I go to people.com to see what weird names people give celebrities, or give their celebrity babies. She's still consuming all this media, but she is getting it on her own terms. We asked our moms in the general population, there are so many ways of watching movies, TV shows, and other videos. How do you watch? And so dramatically, moms are watching it on stream to a TV, stream to a tablet, and stream to a phone. It's these disruptors again that are showing up in her life in dramatic ways. She's maximizing her media time. We know she's got so much more things to do in her life, so that time that she's online, boy, is she multitasking, talking to someone, using social media, going online, texting someone, talking on the phone. So that's how she's consuming all those 17 hours of media. Moms are twice as likely to use social media or text someone while watching television, because her life requires flexibility. Look at what our moms have said, why their media habits have changed so dramatically in the past 3 years. They can now choose from a wider range of devices. They have more control over what they watch and when they watch it. They're now connected to their family and friends, and they need media wherever they are on their own terms. So we wanted to really kind of understand the trade-offs that moms are making. Think about what an internet TV device costs, like a Roku box, and it's $99. I've seen deals that are like for $40, versus going out for a night out night out. I'm in New York, and that clearly is not a New York night out, and I've spent a few days in Disney with my family, and so that is clearly not a Disney night out either. So $134 to go out versus just to get a internet TV device. So that's probably the biggest reason why moms are over-indexing on all these new technologies. But how has her path to the register changed? How has shopping changed for her now that she's become a mom? And how does media play into her shopping rituals? She still relies on recommendations. Overwhelmingly, moms are looking at word of mouth, parenting and mom websites, social networking, but it's really online reviews that are fundamentally changing, the way that she looks for sources of information. Online is critical to the purchase process. What you're seeing here is the purchase funnel flip to its side. So we wanted to understand the role of media throughout the purchase process. Traditional media, very much still used to get product ideas and for moms to find deals. When you're layering the in-store experience, obviously it's all about comparison, shopping, and price information. But digital surpasses everything. And mobile is even higher than traditional media, and in some cases higher than the retail experience. This is probably the thing that surprised us the most, because we did a mobile mom study just 1 year ago. We wanted to understand how mobile has changed just in a year. This data is 6 months old, and you can see the dramatic increase of how moms are using mobile for their shopping considerations. So why is mobile such a huge part of her life? Well, first and foremost, it really simplifies her life. I mean, everything these days is a QR code. Even the Macy's logo that they turn into a QR code. I love this when we were doing research. You know, this unlocks all this great content and all these great experiences that moms could sign into. And apps, there's millions and millions of apps, obviously, I don't have to tell you guys, but the two that we really loved that surprised us, that really simplified mom's life, the first is called Punch Card. How many of you have those cards when you go to cafes or restaurants or salad bars, and they're telling you to, punch and you're going to get offers, and I never have mine, and I don't know any mom that has hers. And so this is a great app that allows moms to carry all those cards with her. The next one, Keyring. You know all those people who have those like 97 Keyring cards from like grocery stores or tanning salons. And again, I never have mine with me. And then Keyring allows you to connect them all into this device and get all the discounts you want. We love this quote from Laura. Scanning barcodes empower people to know what things really cost and what the markups are. I can scan a bottle of wine at a restaurant and find out that I could buy it for $15. I think that's my husband's favorite thing to do. It's a little annoying. Mobile absolutely activates her shopping experience. When moms are shopping, which one of the following have you done in the past 30 days with your mobile smartphone? Looked up prices online while shopping at a store, purchased something, scanned a barcode. They're constantly doing these things in order to find the best deal. 1 in 5 has scanned a product barcode for price comparison in the past 30 days. Let's look at how mobile is radically changing mom's shopping behavior.
Recently, we've been searching for a bassinet, so I would go to Walmart, search bassinet, and see what they have, and then I can open up another window on my phone, switch over to Target, and see like their different varieties of bassinets, or switch over to another window, like literally just go back and forth and seeing like the different features, how they vary, what the price comparison is, and which one will be like a better deal per se.
I actually like to use the phone to shop, either for kids' clothes, shoes, diapers, toys. This is the only device I trust right now.
Oh, the one that I can't stop using right now, and it drives my husband nuts, is Amazon's price checker, because I'm big on price comparison. So we could be at Target and he'll be like, well, let's get this. And I'll say, well, hold on, let me scan the price. Let's see what Amazon has on it. So I just keep scanning barcodes left and right with my phone.
Don't you wish it was that easy? So what have these behaviors and changes in behaviors taught us? And what are the new rules for marketing when it comes to reaching Media Mom? Her media choices demand attention. She's much more mobile. We know that she's spending twice as much time online. We know that 42% more of her time is time shifted compared to the general population. And we know that 80% of moms are using social media regularly. So how do you engage with her when everything has changed? Her priorities, the things that are important to her in her life, her brand preferences. We say at Baby Center that the brand choices that she makes, that moment when she's becoming a mom, lasts forever. I know for myself, when I became a second-time mom, there's no question. I knew exactly what I was going to buy. I knew exactly what I needed, and I also knew that I needed far less the second time around than I did the first time. New solutions are a must. How is your brand empowering her? How are you using all of these new technologies to really impact her life? We know that there's no regularly scheduled programming. You are competing for her attention. And she is incredibly plugged in, more so than ever before. Scanners, comparative shopping, social networks, reviews, word of mouth. How are we fitting all of this into her new shopping behaviors? These were some brands that we thought are doing it really well. Chrysler, they understand that 60% of women will buy a new car to accommodate their growing family. Target, they brought this crazy lady back 2 years in a row because they know that given the choice, 50% of moms would shop exclusively online. Verizon, they know that 44% of moms say parental controls factor into their technology purchase decisions. Let's look at other brands that are doing it well for mom and what Media Mom really wants from marketers.
Yesterday was that new Totsi.com. I mean, I opened that email to read an article about what all the moms should know and ended up not reading the article because there's that huge thing filling up half the page that says 90% off, free shipping. And then all this cool stuff was on it and I was just like, oh my God. And then I ended up closing the email and not even reading the article. So, I mean, that pretty much caught my attention.
But like Infamil would send how much like the baby should be eating and stuff like that. And I always kind of found that useful.
For example, I had an email on mine. It said biggest blowout sale ever. You know, so of course I have to see what the biggest blowout ever is.
Like I bought the Toms for my daughter because it's going to help the child somewhere else. Once hearing about that, after I bought my pair, I went and bought my daughter a pair, my mom a pair.
We'll buy like Annie's often instead of Goldfish because it's all natural or it's organic.
I'm much more responsive to sustainability, natural products.
Moms expect more from advertising. Let's really take a moment to understand, what are moms going to pay attention to? If it has a coupon or an offer, relates to their personality, is funny. We know how many ads do we see with like talking babies or cats. Includes a gift to a charitable organization, dramatically more than the general population. We love Kohl's because when you look at Kohl's messaging, they're putting some of those factors directly into their messaging and into their campaigns. They know that moms react to coupons and offers. They know that it's all about understanding that it fits into their lifestyle. And they're putting things like their charitable donations and scholarship funds directly on their Facebook page. Athleta, owned by Gap, I promise you I did not pre-plan that. We love Athleta, we love this new campaign. It's so empowering to moms. You know, someone's got to run the world, and of course we all know that it's women. And they're putting things like free shipping directly into their messaging, no hassle returns. They're making it easy for moms to really have that emotional connection with their brand. She expects more from advertising. We asked our moms in the general population, what are the most important characteristics of brands that speak to you? Good value, products that simplify her life, recommended by friends, products that have natural ingredients, extremely conscious or environmentally conscious, recommended by experts, or supports organizations that are important to her. And overwhelmingly, it's recommended by friends. So what are the new rules for marketing to Media Mom? Again, it's really understanding and embracing that transformation. She's different, she's forever changed. The way you speak to her has to radically change. Anticipate her new needs. You know, at Baby Center, we understand the next thing that's going to happen to mom. We know at the moment she's going to be picking that new diaper because she's realizing that her diapers aren't working for her in the way that she thought she was going to, or that they thought that it was going to. And so it's really understanding what are the next needs that moms are going to have and cater to that next need. Map her media journey. Don't be afraid of these disruptors. Don't be afraid of these new technologies. Think about your plans in a very holistic and integrated way so that you're able to really connect and talk to her no matter where she is. And then finally, turn insight into action and be always on, because we all know that mom certainly is. We always say at Baby Center, never miss a mom. Thank you very much.
We have time for a little Q&A.
Thank you. Questions?
Yeah, I'm hoping so. Yeah, hands everywhere. So hold on one second.
Hi, good morning. Steve Struby. I'm with Huggies Diapers. Would love to follow up with you after to talk about how to reach moms when they need
follow up with you after too.
Two points. You talked a little bit about how brand choices that mom makes during her first pregnancy will ladder over into subsequent ones. So I wanted to understand from the data that you've got, is this gathered from first-time moms or moms with multiple babies?
That's great. Sorry.
The second question was just around duration of transformation. So I know it's a gradual, ongoing process, but when would you say the transformation from pre-mom to post-mom is complete? At 6 months post-hospital, a year, 2 years?
Yeah, totally. That's a great question. The first thing is we don't separate first-time moms versus second-time moms, but we actually get that question a lot, and it's just we ask it to moms in our panel, and so sometimes they could be second-time moms, third-time moms. And in terms of the transformation, honestly, look, the first year is probably the most transformative, and it sort of settles down and dips back down around when the child is about 4 years old. And the reason why we know that is actually just seeing the usage patterns in our site. And so Baby Center really goes up to age 8, but we see that it sort of dips down once the child is around preschool, and so that's when we sort of surmise that maybe she's officially transformed. And in my case, that's when I decided to go have the second kid, when oh, this can't be so hard, and it's hard. Thank you.
Thank you. We have one more question.
Freezing back here. Okay. I'm Cassandra. I work with Butler Shine.
Hello.
And hi. Love Baby Center. So my question, one of the earlier charts that you showed was through the course of the day and her media consumption. Yep. And I was looking at the times and noticing that, and maybe I'm not sure if I understood this correctly, but it looked like at 8, noon, and 5, her media consumption went down. Is that because she's in preparation for mealtime? I was just wondering if there was some
oh my gosh, absolutely. Yeah. It is totally time to kind of the caring of her family, right? So, moms are nothing's happening to them between the hours of 5 to 8. They're in, picking up their kids from school, schlepping them around to carpools. Oh wait, am I talking about my life or every mom's life? Getting them ready for meal and bedtime, and then they're right back at it after 8 o'clock. So you're absolutely right.
It seems like maybe that's the one thing we can't do, cook and text or stay on the
computer. Come on, you can. I know you can. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Please have a round of applause. We are going to have a networking break, 10 minutes, and I gather from Nancy, I think we have added another case study. So if you could come back in 10 minutes, we'll give you 3 case studies for 2. So 10 minutes, refresh your coffees, get some water, and we'll see you back here. Thanks.